Fizzy Izzy Highball. Bombay Punch. El Dorado Punch. Bandit, have you ever tried the cocktails in this book? Have you read it yet? It's called The Ideal Bartender. Hey, but real quick, hey, you know you don't have to wear your mask inside the apartment. I know you went to the protest and all. Either way, hey, I appreciate it, man. That's really thoughtful of you. You're a fantastic barback. Hey, there they are. Hey, welcome back in. Welcome back to Barkeep's Choice. It's always a pleasure to see you. Again, my name is Dion. This trusty guy right here, this is Bandito. He's my loyal barback. He always kind of has a lot to say. Yeah, what do you got right now, bud? Well, why, yes. Black lives always have, and they always will matter. So do black bartenders. That's why this week, I've chosen to highlight another true original black bartender. The gentleman I'm speaking about is a man by the name of Tom Bullock. Mr. Bullock was born in 1872 in Louisville, Kentucky. His father was an ex-Union soldier, and more than likely before the Civil War, his father was enslaved. When Tom Bullock was younger, he started working in country clubs, and as he got older and more experienced, he became one of the most sought-after bartenders at the St. Louis Country Club. One of his biggest fans was a man by the name of George Herbert Walker. Mr. Walker, if you don't know who that is the grandfather and great-grandfather of both Bush presidents. So, I mean, whoop. In 1917, Tom Bullock wrote his first cocktail book. This bad boy right here. It's called The Ideal Bartender. This has a bunch of really awesome, like, pre-prohibition cocktails, which are just, like, fun to read. It's really great because they use, like, different terminology than we use, like, nowadays, just because this is, like, way back before the prohibition, and a lot of things have changed. So, like, instead of saying, like, you need 2 ounces of this, they would say, you need a full jigger of this. And if I were to, like, want to do a ½ ounce of sugar, like even this cocktail, it's the champagne cocktail, the first thing it says is 1 lump of sugar in a tall, thin glass. And stuff like that is why I like pre-prohibition cocktail books. Tom Bullock was known for, like, making a bunch of drinks. Obviously, he wrote a whole book on it. He was definitely one of the most popular was a mint julep, which we made last time. I'm not going to go through that again, don't worry. Another one that I found what was interesting, and I think it's going to be fun for us to do, is called the Ramos Gin Fizz. And so let's go ahead and let's get started on it. Henry C. Ramos created the Ramos Gin Fizz. He did this back in 1888 at his bar called the Imperial Cabinet Saloon. This is on Gravia Street in New Orleans. It was originally supposed to be called the New Orleans Fizz because it was the most famous cocktail around that area. Instead, he named it after himself. The Ramos Gin Fizz is a very vigorously shaken drink. So much so that Mr. Ramos had 35, as he called the Shaken Boys, lined up so they can each shake the drink and pass it along as they go on. And this is like during Mardi Gras in, like, I want to say it was 1915. Yeah, so it's gonna take a lot of arm work. All right. We're gonna get started on building this. So, first thing we're gonna be needing is a full ounce of our freshly squeezed lemon juice. Then we will need 3/4 of an ounce of our rich simple syrup. Next we're gonna be using orange flower water. And that's gonna be 3 dashes in here. Let's do our egg white, which we've done before. Be careful not to get the yolk in there. Transfer it from shell to shell. Get all that white. And then we're going to be doing an ounce of heavy cream. 2 ounces of our Beef Eater London Dry Gin. Now remember, this cocktail has egg white in it, so when we do an egg white cocktail, we want to shake it with and without ice. Right, and then now we're going to add our ice. It wasn't stuck to the tin. And have fun watching me shake this for an excruciatingly long time. Alright, and then we are going to strain it. And then you get to watch me do it again. But this time, no ice. Alright, so after we're done shaking, we're just going to let it sit for about 30 seconds. The name of this glass is called a Collins glass, and I find the best way to do it is to add just a little bit of club soda first, because we're going to add more later. You'll see. Alright, it's been sitting long enough. Let's go ahead and pour this in. And you want to do it slowly, so that with the heavy cream and the egg white, there's going to be so much froth. You don't want to just dump it in because it's going to burst up and overflow. So make sure to take your time with this. All right. Getting there. I always poured the soda water back in the tin, just everything that's in there. You can, it kind of cleans it out, but adds the rest of it to the beverage. This, you're going to want to also take your time with, because it will, we want to get like a good amount of foam, and we just don't want to overdo it. And voila, we just made a Ramos Gin Fizz. Alright, let's go ahead and put a straw on it. See, isn't that sweet? How it like just sticks in the middle because there's so much froth. Ooh. Bandit, how would you describe this drink? Yes, you're right. It is rich. It's got a lot of texture. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. And yes, I know it's not overtly heavy. Good. Spot on, bud. Spot on. You always nail it. Well, friends, I hope you were able to learn a lot about Tom Bullock and his awesome book, The Ideal Bartender, as well as this really delicious, very vigorously shaken drink. Another thing, please, again, don't stop your education of Black history or of Black bartenders here. I placed some links in the bio to continue furthering your education. Also, different links to help you help the Black community. Black Lives Matter, and we always need to be showing them our support. Finally, as places are opening back up and we can go back to restaurants and bars, one thing I do gotta say is please be courteous to the staff. They are risking their health just so we can have service again. Please, don't be rude to them. Tip them very well. We've all been unemployed for over 3 months. Finally, please wear your mask. It's not just for you, it's for the health and safety of all of us, including the waitstaff. Just please be courteous to them and take care of them because we're trying to take care of you. Again, friends, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel so we can continue to make drinks together. Alright, friends, farewell, stay safe, stay clean. Cheers.